You are still jotting down your reasons. Continue while we talk. All right, I'll go. So, we already talked a little bit about question 1. Question 2, how many books did you read last year? Which data set do you think would match that question? Axel, what'd you think? Why?
Because like some people, they only read like 3 books because maybe they just don't like reading. Others have like, and it's more reasonable because if you were to look at set B, I haven't really done all of them at the same time.
Okay, so set B doesn't work because you don't think they all read 12 books. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
And then set C wouldn't work easily because that was probably just using like quarters.
Okay. All right. Do you guys agree with Axel? Thumbs up or if you agree. Anyone disagree with Axel? No. Okay. How about what grade are you in? Which data set? Avery.
It would be data set D because in the title it says 10 sixth graders, and therefore it would just be 6th graders. It wouldn't be any other grade.
Okay, so would there be a lot of difference if we asked 10 sixth graders what grade are you in? No. Okay. How about how many dogs and cats do you have? Kaden.
I'll put it to A
Okay, why?
because on the rest of these you couldn't really have 0. Well, you can have 0 dogs and cats.
Okay, so the rest of them you couldn't really have 0, I heard you say, but you could have 0 dogs or cats.
Yeah.
Agree with Kaden?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. How about how many inches are in a foot? Justin?
And that would be data set B
Why?
because so
If I asked everyone in here how many inches are in a foot, would I get lots of different answers?
No.
No, right? Everybody's just 12 inches are in a foot. So, really quick, like 1 minute, turn and talk with your partner. How are question 3, what grade are you in? And question 5, how many inches are in a foot, different from all the other questions? Turn and talk. Go. How are they different? Good. So, what's different about those 2 questions from other questions? And I've heard a lot of different kind of reasoning. So I want to hear from a couple of people. Hannah.
There's not much variability to that. Like, it won't all be a different answer.
Okay, so if we're asking 6th grade students, they're all going to answer the same thing. Okay? Emmy.
Similar to Hannah, there's only one possible answer. You can't share.
There's one possible answer. Khalil.
Because they're known facts.
They're known facts.
Yeah, they're known, not known hundreds.
Okay, so it's just a single, I know this, it's a fact. Gianna?
But Emma said there's only one possible answer because if you have B and B, they're like all one number, and you can figure it out. Like how many inches are in a foot. It's kind of obvious that it's 1 inches and how many.
Okay, I see very tall hands, so I'm going to call on you last 2 and then we're going to move on. Sophie?
Kind of like a little bit, you know it off the top of your head.
Okay, just a quick know it. You were going to say that? Sorry, Lila. All right, so what we call this, and some of you guys said it out loud, is that the data has variability. So write the definition in your journal. Variability is the tendency of a data set to have different data values. Okay? So if I asked all of you, what school do you go to? Is that going to have a lot of variability?
Yes. Yes. Well, because some people can say middle school, and some people can say explorers.
Yeah.
I say either.
That's two choices.
Okay, we all go to the same school. There's not a lot of variability. Okay? If I asked you what street you all lived on,
It would be a different answer.
everybody would have a different answer, right? So a lot of variability. 30 seconds for writing the definition.
I'm sorry, 1 minute.
So variability is important when we talk about statistical and non-statistical questions. And what makes a statistical question? So as you finish writing the definition, go ahead and take your next activity, but do not start before I give directions. All right, 1 minute to glue, 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 glue. Is everybody done copying the definition here?
What was the last one?
That's okay. Oh, moving on. Excuse me, Kaden. There's also someone that were probably in your bucket.
We were in Starbucks, and then I was listening to something, and then the secret life of Pet Streamer came on, and it was like, now walk it out, now walk it out. And then I looked at it, and then it's fully honest, and I'm inappropriate right now. And I was looking at his head like,
All right, Agu, please return those sticks to your project boxes. Thank you. So now we're going to look at some examples of statistical and non-statistical questions. There are 3 questions that are examples of statistical questions. They are that because I am saying they are that. Then there are 3 questions that are examples of not statistical questions or non-statistical questions. Who can read the statistical questions for me one at a time? Kate, read the first one.
When is the most common color of the cars in the school parking lot?
School parking lot. Awesome. Second one. Miley.
What percentage of students in the school have a cell phone?
Awesome. Lila. Last one.
Which kind of literature, fiction or nonfiction, is more popular among students in the school?
Okay, those are our 3 statistical questions. How about the not statistical? Emmett.
What color is the principal's car?
What color is the principal's car? Gianna.
Does Elena have a cell phone?
Okay, and the last one? Justin.
What kind of literature, fiction, or nonfiction is the
Okay, so for the next 5 minutes, you're going to answer both verbally and in writing the 4 questions. Discussing with a partner at your table. How are they alike? What do they have in common for statistical questions? What do they have in common for not statistical questions? How do you think you would be able to find the answers for both of those types of questions? And then you're going to kind of think of, in your own words, what do you think a statistical question is then? Okay, so I want you to think about in your own words, what is the statistical question after reading all of these? All right, 5 minutes. Make sure you answer in writing and talk about it. Go.
So, most of them have like the numbers,
How are the statistical questions? What do you think?
9%. second one, they have one, like, the sort of
And only one set of data.
well, yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows.
Okay, so I heard you say like there's a percentage or the most common. Okay, so you're trying to figure something out for those. So I hear two different explanations that you could be writing down. Anything else you see that might be a life thing? And these statistical what you notice about them that's all the same. One person? Okay, so you're asking a lot of different people. Okay, so you're asking different people. I hear you saying that you're trying to figure out something uncommon, percentage, right? Okay, so we're writing that down. Yes? Okay, and then do you think about the same thing for the next one?
Question, but it's one answer. It's not yes. No, but so in the statistical question, like is the most common question. Okay, yeah, there's one answer, but like there could be more. And you can take a survey, like kids might say different things, but then only make you know. So kind of so it's really fun answer.
No. So like how many hairs? That's way too low.
Do you want to ask what makes that?
No, just like
I think it would be
oh, she got multiple. So it's like
I'm gonna say if it's a non-statistical, it would be minus the that would be non-statistical. What's the most common antenna on a roller? That would be non-statistical. How much hairs on a roller? I mean, because if you're only like one hair plate for that one, it'd be average. Or I would have to look at that's not. Oh my god. I can't believe that. So average.
What did you think?
Oh, wait, what?
About the non-statistical?
They all have one known answer. Like, so for example, when you kind of literature, and like, so these ones might be the same thing, but these, like, there's only one answer. Like, see it and you know it.
How do you know if
Because, like, if it's like, say, you know what,
you're taking less?
so, like, you take that, and it might have, like, what's the most common, you might think it's one, which so are, like, what are they, like, what's your favorite, you might need to take a survey of that, like, what's Lila's favorite?
Oh my god.
You might, like, ask her what they say.
You guys have?
Yeah.
Agib? Alright, so as you share your answers, I am going to write your thoughts down, and maybe this will help us define what a statistical question is. So tell me, what did you think was alike, or what did they have in common, the statistical questions? Awesome hands. Justin, tell me one thing.
So there are no names in statistical questions.
Okay, so I like that. I did not hear that from anyone else. No specific names. All right. What else did you hear? Avery.
I heard there are a lot of key words like what's the average, generally.
So average, generally.
Yeah.
Okay. So they had a certain kind of word that was used. Kind of word. All right, Emmett, what do you think?
They talked about school. All three of them.
They did all three talk about school, didn't they? Do you think that that has to be part of a statistical question?
No.
Okay, I think it was just kind of the situations here. Miley?
To add on what Justin said, it's not personal.
Okay. Sophie?
It needs more data than non-statistical.
So you need to collect data? Is that what I hear you saying? Is that data right? Okay. What else? Gianna?
Like Miley said, it's the non-statistical, like,
We're doing statistical, okay?
like the statistical is like more open, like it's more than one.
Okay, more than one answer?
Yeah, it's like
Okay. Omi?
going back to what Sophie said, it's based on that data that you collected.
Please remember, we want to hear everybody's responses and to keep side conversations to yourself. Khalil?
Yes. Well, you have to ask multiple people.
Good. Multiple people are asked. Wow, you guys have a lot of ideas about the likeness of these questions. Miley?
You need to use some kind of math.
How did you know she did?
Okay. I have eyes in the back of my head, Kate. Emmy?
Going back to Sophie, you don't only need to collect data, you need to collect more than one category. With Sophie. Like how many people are for Sophie in here? Yeah.
Okay. How about the non-statistical questions? What was it like about the non-statistical question? Axel, do I see your hand up over there? Yeah. Cool. You gotta use a louder voice. More what?
I said random.
Okay, so they're, wait, tell me more. What do you mean by that?
Trying to get, it basically be the kind of know a little bit more about a person. In the examples of this job.
Yeah, I can't hear you, sweetie. Axel. So, I heard little parts of that, so if you could repeat it a little bit louder, what do you mean by random? So you're trying to get to know people, like one person. Is that accurate? Okay. All right. Owen.
I'm not sure if this is right, but I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
Like more vague answers, like more vague questions. I can go to a lot of other people. What is right?
So what color is the principal's car? Is that a vague question?
No, I mean,
Or do you mean specific? Is it a specific question?
yeah, yep,
They're colorful.
yeah. Well, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Lila.
They all have like one answer. They can only do one answer. So,
There's only one answer. Hannah?
Only need one form of data.
or
One
evidence.
data point or evidence. Justin?
It's like a personal question, but or it's like specified to a specific person.
Okay. Specific person. Miley?
You don't need math.
Okay. Avery?
You don't. Instead of being it based on data, it's being based on personal.
Okay, it's personal. All right. I see other hands. I'm going to stop for 1 second. What do you think a statistical question is then. After looking at all of this and hearing each other, what could we say about statistical questions? Emmett?
It needs multiple data.
So you need multiple data points. Justin?
So like it would be maybe like a whole majority of group of people that say something answer. So I think it's not one single person.
Okay, if I asked all of you what school you went to, that's a lot of people. Would that be, oh, so it has to be different answers. So asking a lot of people, something that will get you different answers.
A
Go ahead.
question that can have a varying answers.
And can have a varying answers. Logan?
It's not very specific.
It's not very specific to one person. Hannah?
Kind of open-ended, but like, kind of.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so this next part then, we're going to look a little bit more closely at variability. And it is a quick activity. As we kind of fine-tune what is a statistical question. So, you're going to read each question, and all you have to do for this is write yes or no. Isn't that great? I know. So, you're going to read each question and think about the data that you might collect to answer that question. Like, what would you have to do to answer the question, how many cups of water do my classmates drink each day? What would I have to do to answer that question? Lila? I would need to take a survey. I would need to ask everybody, how much water do you drink every day? How much water do you drink every day, right? So, would you expect variability?
No.
Do we all drink the same amount of water? Okay? So would we call that a statistical question? Okay, so yes and yes, I heard people say. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to talk with a partner and quickly read each question. Is variability expected? And is it a statistical question? Go. Yeah. Make sure you agree. Right here, yes and no.
I'm explaining what it's saying.
Are we going to have expected? Okay, so there is variability. All right. And so do you think that that's a statistical question? You have to say something, right? Does that make sense? Why would you have to say what about the next? Okay. Do you expect a lot of variability where I live? Okay. All right. Keep going.
That would be a statistical
Depends on how you think about it. We have a lot you put a survey on all agree the same? Because our individually. Which ones did you think had variability and were statistical? And make sure you tell me why. Miley.
I thought A was statistical and there was variability and it was statistical.
Okay, why?
Because it says how many cups of water do my classmates drink each day, and that probably varies because you have like 30-ish people in your class, and and they don't all drink the exact same thing.
Okay. Okay. What other ones did you think were statistical? Blue?
Oh.
Yeah. That you wrote yes.
D.
Why?
Because it depends on what sixth grade you know.
Okay. Yeah. So if we just ask any sixth graders in all of Raleigh.
Because like they don't have like
Okay. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Gianna?
I got C because everybody can up at a different time and everybody lives different ways to school, so it could take longer for one student to go to the other school.
Okay. Other ones? Emily?
B is statistical, but the variability is not expected because most people know what it is.
Okay, so tell me why you think it's statistical but has no variability. Why do you think it's statistical then if there's no variability? Okay. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You agree?
Yes.
Yes. Why do you agree to it?
Okay. Miley?
Was it Khalil who said for D that yes for both?
No, you put for
He did say yes for both.
I disagree because I don't think the question is
Okay, tell me why.
because you don't really need to do like it's kind of random and you don't really have a specific you don't really have a specific answer.
Okay. So you're saying if you asked a bunch of sixth graders, and I'm trying to make sure I understand your thinking. You ask a bunch of sixth graders, how many minutes of recess do you have? You get all this information. How do you answer that question? How do you answer how many, like if you say, I have 7 minutes, do you say I have 10 minutes, do you have 4 minutes?
0.
What do you say for the answer to how many minutes of recess? What do you think, Hannah?
So I agree with Khalil, but
Okay.
it's yes on both because if you were to put a survey on the internet, you would get many different answers about who, like my friend has no recess, my other friend has like 10 minutes of a break, and then there's us who get recess at 5. So there's a lot of variability, and there's like you're able to.
Okay. I think what Miley, and correct me if I'm wrong, Miley, I think what Miley's trying to say is yes, you would get a lot of variability, but you wouldn't be able to answer the question with that. So, because it doesn't say like, what's the average? Or what's the most common? Right?
That question
Go ahead.
there would still be a statistical question. You still have to gather like data.
Okay. You have an idea?
I just thought about something.
Okay.
You know how it says statistical question? Well, I think it's called that because you have to get the statistics of a certain question.
Yes. Show me.
To build on to Hannah and Miley's thinking, I agree with Khalil because, for example, question A, you have lots of different answers, but it doesn't really ask you. It doesn't really ask you for a certain number.
Okay.
It just asks you to like find the data.